showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottle. Take two and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now flex. While you there looking the best, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success. Getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The drive starts with a give to Spiller, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stand.
And right away, he lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, it's Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
Bears 14, Chargers 7.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their own 14-yard line. Here's Fields. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And this will be a Bears first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. One play action. Fields. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
On first down, Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On on second down, a run with Herbert. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on third down, Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Charger drive about to get going. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he'll go down. And the Bears get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. Shreds it with a stiff arm. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Spiller here on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds Spiller on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Let's go. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for Ford. They snap it to Herbert. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They got 29 yards that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
Herbert off of play action. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Chargers 35, Bears 17.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. Stopped on the play by Kyler Gordon.
Consecutive positive runs from him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Herbert now. He's got Allen. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Isaiah Spiller with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a 3rd effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Hopkins with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half.
Justin Hopkins to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. It's Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 2nd and inches, Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down, Chicago.
Play action, Fields. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
That is caught by Smith-Schuster. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They snap it to Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
5 yards remain on second down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Herbert on first down now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run here with Spiller. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Again, it's Spiller. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Isaiah Spiller with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers just continue to roll. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
One play action, Fields. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
But that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got it. It's Spiller. Touchdown, LA! Isaiah Spiller, 41 yards. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Fields. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
4th down, Fields has to have this one. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe merciful, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Here's Fields. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields and able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That ball caught by Campbell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Herbert. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Chargers 56, Bears 24.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 76 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Play action. It's Herbert. And that is incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now here is another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll look to run with Spiller. And they are going to score again.